Welcome back, dear friends, to the interesting lectures on entropy. In the last lecture, we derived this expression, namely Clausius inequality. Uh, what is Clausius inequality? We said that the cyclic integral of this term, which term? Del Q upon T, for a closed system executing a thermodynamic cycle is always equal to 0 or negative, that is less than 0. This we had proved. And when is it equal to 0? We said that the cyclic integral of del Q by T happens to be equal to 0 if it is a reversible cycle, and for any other cycle, that is for any other irreversible cycle, this expression, that is if you do an integration, cyclic integral of del Q by T, then it will be always less than 0. So this we had already proved, and that we call it as Clausius inequality. Using this expression, we went on to say that if it is less than 0, then we can show that the entropy change during the irreversible cycle, okay, is less than 0, and then for irreversible cycle it would be less than 0, and then we can prove from that for an irreversible process delta S, which is S2 minus S1, has to be greater than equal to del Q by T. This also we had proved. How did we prove that? We compared two expressions. One is the expression cyclic integral of del Q by T is equal to 0, and other expression cyclic integral of del Q by T is less than 0. We had compared it for two cycles. One is a reversible cycle and other was for an irreversible cycle. And then if you remember our discussion, we had substituted the value of delta S for integral of del Q by T along the reversible path. And that way we had arrived at this expression. That expression was, and this is very important expression, which is the entropy change during an irreversible process. So we got this expression from the Clausius inequality, wherein the change in entropy, we said, always has to be greater than del Q by T for an irreversible process. And if it is a reversible process, this will be equal to integral of del Q by T. Okay, so this greater than equal to is applicable for all the processes, reversible as well as irreversible. But if it is an irreversible process, then the entropy change, which is S2 minus S1, for a process, not for a cycle now, has to be greater than del Q by T. Now, if it is greater than del Q by T for an irreversible process, and if you want to substitute this inequality by equality, then we need to add some positive quantity over here. Okay, so if delta S has to be equal to del Q by T, okay, plus something, then this something has to be greater than 0 if this expression is to be 2 for an irreversible path. Okay, so for an irreversible path, if you want to express this inequality in terms of equality, we add some quantity over here, and that quantity is entropy generation. So delta S, or which is nothing but S2 minus S1 for an irreversible process, mind well. For a reversible process, this is to be 0. Okay, but for an irreversible process, this has to be equal to integral of del Q by T plus entropy generation. And this entropy generation has to be positive. Now, what this tells us the significance of entropy. What it tells us, if you carefully concentrate your attention on this expression, this is an expression for entropy change during an irreversible process. Okay, and it tells us that this entropy is changing. S2 minus S1 is what? Entropy is changing. So why is this entropy changing? Entropy is changing because of two reasons. One is this heat transfer, and other is because of some generation. Now this generation has to do with irreversibility. We already said that if it is a reversible process, this term has to be 0. It means that this term entropy generation has to do with irreversibility. it does not come when there is a reversible process. So if there is a reversible process, this is 0, and if it is irreversible process, this is greater than 0. It means that this entropy generation has to do only with irreversibility. Okay, so we can say that entropy change, this entropy change has to be because of entropy transfer during heat transfer, and entropy generation because of irreversibility. Okay, so it means that if there is a transfer of heat, there is a change in entropy. There is a transfer of heat, there is a change in entropy. And if the process is irreversible, there is a generation of entropy. Okay, now this generation of entropy is equal to S2 minus S1. If you just rewrite this, and just take this expression towards the other side, and S2 minus S1 on this side, we would get that S2 minus S1 minus del Q by T is equal to S generation. So this entropy generation is the difference between the entropy change minus the entropy transfer. Now this tells us two things, that entropy generation term is independent of the heat transfer. Okay, it means that if you transfer the heat, okay, either way, means there is a transfer of heat away from the system, okay, then there will be some value over here which is negative, and if you transfer the system heat to the system, this would be positive. Okay, so entropy generation would be more, okay, it would be more if you are putting this, you know, if there is a heat transfer to the system, and it would be less if there is a heat transfer away from the system. This is better understood from this earlier expression. It means that, and listen to this carefully, this del Q by T, when would this be negative? This can be negative, this can be negative if there is a heat transfer away from the system, because then this sign would be negative. Okay, but if there is a heat transfer to the system, this sign would be positive, and this value would again be positive. Okay, so now let us think of a scenario where the process is isolated. Now, if there is an isolated process, now what do you mean by isolated process, isolated system? Sorry, if the system is isolated, then you would understand that there is no heat exchange between the system and the surrounding. There is no transfer between the system and the surrounding. So this term would be 0. This term would be 0. So can we say now that this delta S is 0? No, delta S won't be 0, because in isolated system there would be some processes which are irreversible, and if there are irreversible processes, this term would be positive. But you would say that suppose it is an isolated system and there are reversible processes, and then what would happen? Then in that case, if it is an isolated system, there is no heat transfer and there is a reversible process, so there is no entropy generation, then this delta S is equal to 0. Now this leads us to, if you remember this expression, this leads us to what is known as a very important principle, which is known as principle of increase of entropy. Now what does that say? It says that for an isolated system, the heat transfer at the system boundary is 0. Okay, now the heat transfer is 0. It means that the entropy change, entropy generation would be equal to 0 if the process is reversible, and it has to be greater than 0, which is not shown actually here. It has to be greater than 0 if it is an irreversible process. So for an isolated system, and if the process is reversible, this term has to be 0. But if it is an isolated system and if there is an irreversibility associated with it, then the delta S expression won't be equal to 0. It has to be greater than 0. In other words, the entropy of an isolated system during an irreversible process always increases, or if it is a reversible process, it will remain constant. Okay, this is known as the principle of increase of entropy. What does the principle of increase of entropy say? It says that if you talk about an system which is an isolated system, meaning that there is no heat transfer across the system boundary, then there is no way that the entropy of the system, entropy change is negative. It will be either 0 or it would always be greater than 0. And in real life, it would always be greater than 0. Why? Because in the real life, the process would be irreversible. So the entropy of an isolated system during a process always increases. That is, in the real processes of an isolated system, the entropy would always increase. That is, delta S would be greater than 0. And if it is a reversible process, then it would remain constant. That is, delta S would be equal to 0 if it is a reversible process, but it can never decrease. That is why this principle is known as principle of increase of entropy. Okay, so what is principle of increase of entropy? It says that the entropy of an isolated system during a process always increases. That is for irreversible process, and it remains constant if the process is reversible, but it can never decrease. Now, an universe can be considered as an isolated system, and we can just modify this statement for the universe. You can say that the entropy of the universe will always increase whenever an irreversible process happens. It can never decrease. Okay, thank you very much.